Caffeine directly reduces the effectiveness of some of the most commonly prescribed medications for people over 60, including blood pressure drugs, thyroid prescriptions, and Alzheimer's treatments, and not one coffee chain in America is required to tell you that before they hand you a cup. One chain on this list settled every lawsuit connected to its caffeinated beverage program in July 2025. 90 days later, it launched new caffeinated drinks and called it a menu transformation. That is the chain's decision about you. You were not consulted. This is not about bad coffee. The problem is what these chains put in it, what they charged for it, and what they decided you did not need to know. That gap between what is in the cup and what is on the label is not an oversight. It is the business model. Let's start with the chain you stopped at this week. In October 2025, Starbucks CEO Brian Niccol told CBS News that he believes at the end of the day, the experience sets Starbucks apart from everybody else. He was explaining why Starbucks will not introduce a value menu, and acknowledged price increases in 2026 cannot be ruled out, citing coffee bean costs that rose 30% through 2025. That decision was made about you. No senior discount in the United States. Not at the counter, not in the app, not for AARP members. Every saving requires a smartphone. Paying full price on every visit is the alternative for anyone who doesn't use one. A Venti Caramel Ribbon Crunch Frappuccino. 78 grams of sugar, 3 times the American Heart Association's daily limit for women. In one cup, Frappuccino prices rose 32% between 2014 and 2024. The menu shrank 30% in 2025. Your regular order may be gone. A plain Grande Pike Place roast runs under $3. That is the only version of Starbucks that does not work against your wallet. The chain millions of seniors use as the affordable everyday option has been quietly making a very different decision. Dunkin had a standing AARP partnership that gave senior members a structured path to a discount. That partnership was terminated in 2025, no longer active at all. Any discount at a Dunkin near you is now an individual franchise owner's decision, not backed by corporate, not guaranteed at the next location, and not something any staff member is required to mention. No company-wide senior discount, no replacement program. Dunkin' Rewards savings require the app, the same technology barrier Starbucks built its discount system on. A brand positioned as the affordable alternative made the same design choice. Where franchise discounts still exist, typically 5 to 10% off, the age threshold varies between 55 and 65 by owner, applies to counter orders only, and may have been quietly discontinued even where it was once offered. Call ahead, ask by name. A plain large hot Dunkin' coffee runs $3 to $4, 0 added sugar. The brand's problem lives in the gap between that product and what most people actually order. What comes next expands at 150 new locations a year and arrives with nothing built for anyone over 60. Dutch Bros ended 2025 with 1,136 locations in 25 states and record revenue of $1.64 billion. It opened 154 new locations last year, plans 181 more in 2026, and is targeting 2,000 total by 2029. In January 2026, it entered the Carolinas. If Dutch Bros is not near you yet, it is coming. When it arrives, it will bring the same menu, the same pricing, and the same absence of anything built for someone over 60. A small Dutch Bros Caramel Freeze, 440 calories, 69 grams of sugar, above the American Heart Association's entire daily added sugar limit for women in one drink. A medium coffee delivers approximately 280 milligrams of caffeine. No senior discount. Nothing in the brand's public materials acknowledges the over 60 demographic. A plain black Americano at Dutch Bros is a clean, zero-sugar option at a fair price. The problem is, the menu is built to make sure almost nobody orders it. What comes next has decades of loyal customers and a new location that opened in 2025 and was gone before 2026 ended. Tim Hortons has 669 U.S. locations. 253 are in New York, 204 in Michigan, 132 in Ohio. That is, 589 of 669 locations concentrated in 3 states, and 2025 was the brand's best U.S. growth year in over a decade. The first Kansas City area location opened in Blue Springs, Missouri in June 2025. It closed permanently in March 2026, less than 9 months later. Tim Hortons said it was searching for a new franchisee. That is the new market record. The brand is now entering Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Maryland, and Philadelphia for the first time. No company-wide senior discount exists. The value reputation was built over decades in Canada, in communities with density and habitual relationships that U.S. markets do not yet have. In established Tim Hortons corridors, upstate New York, Michigan, northeastern Ohio, longtime locations have real track records. The warning is not universal. It is specific to where you live. An operational failure is fixable. What comes next documented what a corporate philosophy about disclosure looks like when legal pressure arrives and what the company did the moment it lifted. July 2025. Panera settled its final wrongful death and personal injury lawsuits over a caffeinated beverage marketed as plant-based and clean. 2 people died. Multiple others suffered cardiac events. Panera denied wrongdoing throughout. October 2025. 90 days later, Panera introduced caffeinated energy refreshers. Its first re-entry into specialty caffeinated drinks since the settlements. Panera said caffeine content would be posted on menu boards in test markets. A disclosure not made and not required for the original product. The Unlimited Sip Club, offering unlimited refills of coffee, tea, and specialty beverages for a monthly fee, remained active throughout. Still active in 2026. The original beverage contained 390 milligrams of caffeine in a 30-ounce serving, approaching the FDA's entire safe daily limit for a healthy adult in 1 cup. It was marketed as plant-based and clean in self-serve dispensers with no energy drink labeling. A consumer class action alleging millions of customers were misled about caffeine content may still be active in federal court. At Panera, order hot brewed coffee only. The clean label is still on the menu, and the brand is still counting on it doing the same work. Panera spent years building an identity around the words plant-based and clean. Perkins printed your age on the menu instead. The 55-plus menu is available at participating Perkins locations for guests 55 and older on the physical menu at the table, no membership number, no app, no promotional window. It is there. All senior pricing is franchise level. Confirm your location before the drive. Free coffee refills at most Perkins dine-in locations. No subscription, no loyalty card. Perkins has operated a sit-down breakfast format since 1958, culturally familiar to the over 60 demographic in a way no drive-through specialty chain can replicate. The coffee is standard drip, no guarana extract, no added stimulants, no marketing language about what it does to your energy. Ask what is in the coffee and the answer takes 5 seconds. Every chain on the avoid list could have done this. None chose to. Perkins made that choice decades ago, has not reversed it, and does not spend marketing budget announcing it. For a chain with nothing to hide, a printed price tier with your age on it turns out to be enough. Before we get to what IHOP offers, the intro established one fact. Caffeine can interfere with blood pressure medication, thyroid prescriptions, and Alzheimer's drugs. At IHOP, the drip coffee is exactly that. Standard drip. No guarana extract, no added stimulants, no caffeine compound hidden in a name that sounds like a refresher. Ask a staff member what is in the coffee, and you get a complete answer in 5 seconds. That should not be remarkable. In 2026, at a specialty coffee chain, it is. IHOP's 55-plus menu is available at many participating locations for guests 55 and older. A dedicated price tier on a printed menu, not a discount negotiated at the register. Franchise-level policy. Confirm at your specific location. Free coffee refills at most IHOP dine-in locations. Approximately 1,700 U.S. locations. No app required. No loyalty card. No promotional window. The seated, no-rush format answers the pacing problem. No drive-through queue, no customization pressure, no clock on your table. Every chain on the avoid list decided you didn't need to know what was in the cup. IHOP disagreed. It put a printed answer on your table instead. McDonald's has more than 13,500 U.S. locations. At many of them, a senior can get discounted coffee without a smartphone, a loyalty number, or asking to speak to a manager. Ask at the counter. Show ID if requested. Pay less. That is the entire process. Senior coffee pricing at many participating locations for guests 55 and older. Franchise-level policy. Call ahead before your first visit. No app required. The only major coffee stop on this list where counter-based senior pricing exists without a technology requirement. The McCafe menu is straightforward. No modifier culture. No customization complexity. No drink names requiring a social media account to decode. What is on the label is what is in the cup. No guarana, no added stimulants. Standard drip, moderate caffeine. McDonald's does not publish specific caffeine figures. Every chain on the avoid list built its savings around an app to download, a card to carry, or a partnership that quietly ended. McDonald's puts the price on the menu. Many locations honor your age at the counter. That is the design decision the other 5 refused to make. Every chain on that avoid list made the same design decision, that you did not need to know what was in the cup. The 3 worth visiting made the opposite one. That is the only difference, and you now know which side each one is on. 3 things. Before ordering any specialty coffee drink anywhere, ask one question. How much caffeine is in this, and does it contain guarana or any added stimulant? If the staff member cannot answer, treat that as an answer. If you take blood pressure medication, thyroid medication, or any Alzheimer's prescription, confirm with your pharmacist how close to your dose time your morning coffee can safely be. At any franchise location, call ahead and ask whether senior pricing is still active before you make the trip. Hit subscribe. We cover every industry built on the assumption that seniors are not reading what's in the cup.